What's up guys, DJ here at Top Deck Cards and Games. I just wanted to do a quick deck profile for the deck I'm playing in Dragon Ball right now, which is the orange Roshi deck. My list is pretty similar to the list that Sundeep used for the World Championship to win the event. I think like a card different, if I'm being totally honest. But I thought we should just get some discussion, talk about the deck a little bit, and I know a lot of people are interested in this game, but not a lot of people know where to find information, so figured it doesn't hurt to share the deck and talk about it a little bit. So this deck works primarily because of the very strange interaction between Roshi 2 and Orange Retribution Mastery. So what Orange Retribution Mastery does for a deck like this, deck aims to win the game by MPPV, which if you're not totally familiar with the game is getting to your last stage and getting to 5 anger on it. And you're going to do that through a mess of anger generation attacks on the deck as well as some drills. Roshi 2 gains an anger every time you shuffle your deck, which with the ability of Orange Retribution Mastery basically means if you can get from Roshi 1 to Roshi 2 and then use Orange Retribution Mastery, you're suddenly already on Roshi 3, which gives the deck a lot of very explosive starts and is very difficult to interact with. As far as the stack goes, we're using the original Roshi with the put a setup or drill from your hand into play to block and attack ability rather than the turtle Roshi. We're not playing the turtle ally, so we're not worrying about it. And the rest of the stack is the only options available. This deck only exists because of the release of Orange Retribution Mastery. Additionally, Orange Crying Drill, which we play 2 copies of, is one of the most important cards for the deck. You get to start with this in play because of Retribution. On your opponent's first turn, you get a non-continuous drill and put it into play. So you get to put Orange Crying Drill onto the table just like that. This card seems super innocuous because it just gains you 1 anger a turn. Like that's not insane, that's not impressive, but with the myriad of abilities to shuffle a drill back into your deck and grab another one, the drill doesn't have like a memory that it's been used, so you can keep gaining an anger with Orange Crying Drill if you keep putting different copies of it into play during combat. Additionally, with Roshi 2's Shuffle Gain an Anger ability, you can shuffle Orange Crying Drill back into your deck with its own ability to gain 3 stages and gain an anger that way. So this card somehow accounts for like 4 or 5 anger on some turns just by existing. We also have 2 copies of Orange Checkup Drill, which is another new drill that's actually pretty key for the deck. Orange Checkup Drill abuses the same mechanic of being able to be swapped in and out of play. So whenever it comes into play, we get to search our deck for a styled block and put it into our hand. This card allows us to play a really low number of blocks, actually. So we're able to play these, search up a block, switch out for them in combat, grab blocks. Additionally, one of the new blocks interacts really interestingly with it, which we'll talk about in a minute. We also have 2 copies of Orange Investigation Drill. Orange Investigation Drill basically makes it so we aren't countered hard by Wall Breaker. It's going to kill their Wall Breakers. It banishes an attached card. Additionally, it also makes it so if an attack would lower our anger, it only lowers it by 1. So Blue Head Knock's not going to be able to take all our anger away ever, which just makes us really resilient to hate. So really powerful card. We have 1 copy of Orange Possession Drill. Drawing cards is great. Generating more actions is great. Like one goes that way. By the way, if anyone from Panini or there's no way anyone from Panini would actually see this to understand my frustration, but I'm sure a lot of other players understand my frustration. Why are the drills all so backwards? Why? Why do these have to all be on different sides with the names in different places? Can't we just have our drills look uniform? It tilts me to no end. Then we have 1 Captivity Drill and 1 Examination Drill. These guys both give us the ability when we hit, we can gain anger. So if we get them into play, we can have our attacks generating 4 or 5 anger in 1 attack from having these in play, as well as other effects. This one also gives us stage generation, which is generally pretty relevant in this deck because you're hopping stages so quickly, hopping levels so quickly, I guess is more accurate. You don't really run out of stages ever. And Examination Drill destroys an ally in case there's any problematic allies on the table. After that, we have our energy or anger gaining attacks. We have 3 Orange Eruption, 3 Orange Charged Kick, 3 Orange Rage, 3 Orange Fierce Attack, 3 Orange Left Burst, 2 Devastating Blows, and 2 Heroic Dashing Punch. I think I'm going to put the 3rd copy of Devastating Blows in, actually. It's really good in mirror matches against other anger concern decks, and banishing 3 from your opponent's graveyard, or discard pile, I guess, whatever, is extremely powerful. Automatic 1 anger is just strong enough. I'm not sure what I'm going to cut for the third copy specifically yet, but I do think I want the third copy in my deck. Other than that, there's not a whole lot to talk about. We favor automatic anger gain rather than on-hit anger gain. So dashing punch, yes, it only gains 1 anger, but your opponent being forced to skip their action is extremely relevant. Excuse me. Left burst, 2 anger, but you have to sequence this card correctly. It's not anything impressive. You just have to gain your anger before you jump levels with it. Fierce attack is a hit anger gain, but it's also anger control, so it's got its own bonuses. Additionally, the damage is unpreventable ability is really strong with these cards like this that deal 5, so we are able to get some crits for some sort of control over the game. Charge Kick is an interesting anger gain card since it kills a drill and adds a drill back to our hand, which gives us a little bit of interaction we can use with Roshi ones, put a drill into play, block effect, and Orange Escape, the setup that lets us put a drill into play to end combat. Orange Eruption is just a simple gain 2 anger automatic effect for a really low cost. We also have a couple utility attacks. We have 2 orange power points and 2 orange stare downs. The first time I saw this deck, I thought it was crazy that it didn't play 3 of each of these cards. I'm just so used to the old orange decks that it seemed insane to cut down on the strongest utility effect I've played with an orange stare down and go down on the card that adds, just puts drills into play for free. But you have pretty good access to your drills, especially with Orange Retribution Mastery. So 2 stare down is fine, or 2 power point is fine, and 2 stare down is also fine because you have those drills that are easily searchable to out those different things. Additionally, we have 3 cards that can tutor up stare down, power point, or any other energy attack we might need. We have 2 backstrikes. It's obvious we're playing Roshi, so we're going to play double backstrike. It's just an insane card, tutoring up whatever we want. And 1 copy of Orange Uppercut. Orange Uppercut isn't going to do much damage in the deck. We're Roshi, so it's really just going to do 4 stages. But we're going to pay 2 stages basically every time we play it and search our deck for an energy combat, and that's going to make sure we're able to generate anger or clear whatever card our opponent has that we need to get rid of. In some situations, it can also search up a block. We have Orange Dismissal, which is another new card that was really pushing the deck a lot. Orange Dismissal lets us block an energy attack, simple enough, and then you can put a styled drill, or no, just a drill, doesn't have to be styled. That's crazy. This card's nuts. You shuffle a drill you have back into your deck and get another drill from your deck and put it into play. So you can just loop Crying Drill with this, like just put Crying Drill back in your deck, get it again, gain another anger, you can shuffle in your deck for more stages. You can search out whatever interaction you need if we need to kill an ally or an attached card with these, or if we just want to hedge on getting rid of anger generation, or anger control rather. And you also can get Checkup Drill, which can search another Orange Dismissal. So if you're playing against an energy beat deck, you can just Dismissal for Checkup for Dismissal, and keep blocking your opponent's attacks and never really give them a chance to beat you. We also have 2 copies of Orange Energy Catch, just to round out some extra blocks, some extra energy blocks specifically. It's also got 3 Endurance, which is really powerful. This deck is actually pretty low on Endurance, but it doesn't really matter that much. Then we have 2 copies of Orange Defense. Orange Defense blocks a physical, gets a non-continuous drill from your deck and puts it into play. I'm actually not sure that it's not better than Orange Refocus. Orange Refocus does have 1 Endurance, which is relevant, but I found that a lot of times you're better off getting drills from your deck than from your discard pile. And then we have Time. It's a Warrior's Tool. Make use of it. 3 Confront. 1 Tug of War, just for some more control, just a little bit more endurance. Then the last new card that really pushed this deck is Orange Encouragement, which is actually just insane. So what Orange Encouragement does is lets you raise your anger level, then you get to search your discard pile for a drill and put it into play. And if you've changed levels this turn, you can also search your deck for a drill and put it into play. So you get to, you've leveled, you shuffled your drills back into your deck, you pop Orange Encouragement, gain an anger. Search your deck for a drill, put it into play, put 1 from your discard into play. Suddenly we're up. We have on-hit anger gain in play now. We've reused Crying Drill again. We've gained anger just from the effect. This card's just insane. It does everything you could ask in the deck and gives you great resiliency if your drills get sent to your discard. 3 Master Roshi Slumber. You're able to just set up your kill turns very reliably with this. Stack your top 10 so you're able to play through whatever your opponent might have, as well as have the most efficient anger gain on the top of your deck. It's also an extra block if we need it, because we do only have 10 blocks in the deck, though with Checkup Drill the number is a little bit higher since you're able to search up drills and you're able to cycle your search up blocks. You're able to cycle checkup drill when you need to. We also have 2 Orange Escape, which is kind of, I guess I don't want to call it a block, but it's a way out of combat if you need to bounce out. I've had really underwhelming experiences with this card so far, but I think that's just been my small sample size. Like, I'm sure there's a lot of situations where you just need to end combat and that card's going to do the job. Then finally, 2 Visiting the Past. It's just a staple. You're able to set up really easily to win games, even if you're just adding back time on your opponent's turn. It forces the game to be played totally differently. This deck is absolutely insane, though. You get a lot of turn 4 or 5 anger outs if you have good draws, which isn't that hard. The way these 2 cards work together was clearly, like, I don't want to say unintended, but somebody didn't think very much about it when they were like printing these cards. And I think that's fine, though. I'm not sure that this deck is a problem yet. A lot of people have complained about it because it's really hard to interact with. You can't really, like, because if you wall breaker them, they just get the drill that gets rid of wall breaker. You can Energize Strike, but that doesn't do that much either. So you're kind of just in between a rock and a hard place, honestly, and I'm not exactly sure what the answer is. So if you guys have any good ideas for playing against this deck, any tips for teching against it, let me know down below. I'm more than happy to hear them. I'm also looking for some ways to make this deck a little more interesting. I hate that it's just a pretty cut and dry net deck right now, but I'm having a lot of fun playing the deck. I like Roshi. He's a cool character. There's a lot of fun mechanics built into his stack, so it's a lot of fun to play with. And I'm a big fan of Orange, so if you guys have any other ideas for Orange decks, let me know down below. I'd be happy to try something else out too. Alright, thanks a ton for watching, guys. We'll have more Dragon Ball content coming soon. I'm going to try to get a couple other deck profiles done. My card pool is not huge for the game, so like I'm going to make what I can and do videos, but I'm not going to promise you guys every top tier deck will get profiled on the channel unless somebody else locally wants to do it. But let me know if you guys are interested in anything specifically, and I will see what we can do for you. Thanks a ton for watching. Keep watching for the new Dragon Ball content coming soon.